How we doing, everybody? DommyGun Ricci here. Who-Bangin Sports. It is Sunday. It is the 15th of January. It is wild card weekend, but there's still some college basketball to be played today. And there's a couple great games today, by the way, but it still is a football weekend. Some great games yesterday, as I'm sure all of you know. What a comeback by Jacksonville. Got to give them those props. You know, a lot of us liked Jacksonville at the beginning, but they sure didn't like them in that second quarter, down 17-0. But good job by the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. So much for those first-time quarterbacks, right, in the playing wild cards, how they fare, right? I mean, obviously, both of them were first-time quarterbacks. One of them had to do well, but they both did pretty good as far as offensively, you know, 30-31. So, anyway, let's get into today. I got a six-pack for you, 3 CBB games, 3 NFL games. Let's just start with the college basketball quick, because at noon, we have Xavier at Marquette. Xavier 14-3, 6-0 in the Big East. Marquette 14-4, 6-1 in the Big East. These teams play a pretty close. They're both two of the highest scoring teams in the Big East. They're both, you know, of course, rated in the AP Top 25. A little bit about Marquette: 4-1 against the spread on the road versus home teams with the winning record. 15-5-1 against the spread. Last 21 off an ATS win. And same with Xavier, 5-2 ATS their last 7, and last 7 off a win. So they both play very well. They both play good off wins. Marquette, I'll tell you, has some problems in the first half. They start out slow. They've done that in a few games, but they've had some very good second halves. Last Wednesday, beating UConn 87-76 with a big win. And Xavier also, though, you know, they had a big win last week against, you know, Creighton, 90-87. Both those games were on Wednesday, both those plays. And these guys now are playing each other. Like I said, big, you know, big conference game. And what I'm going to do is I got 2 bets on this side. You know, we're not going to go too much into all the details and all the stats. It's Sunday. Let's do this quick and let everybody, you know, get their plays in. The way I look at it is I'm going to keep it first half under 77.5. That was minus 110 on Bet Online. I'll tell you, that line, you know, I can see these guys starting off a little slow. A lot of times when these teams, you know, that are very good offensively, going back and forth, a lot of times, you know, we see some, you know, a little bit of a slower start. Marquette maybe has the advantage defensively. I know they're good on those turnovers, especially defensively. So I went with the under 77 first half, but I went with Marquette. I took the plus 3.5. That was minus 115 on BetUS. And that's how I played that game. Those are the 2 college games I had on that game. Marquette under 77.5 for the first half total, and then Marquette plus 3.5 for the full game. The other CBB game that I bet was the South Florida game. South Florida, I bet them plus 2, minus 110, and I'll tell you, they started off slow, South Florida. And they seem to have been coming on little by little. They seem to be coming on, doing a little better and better offensively. You know, I just like this spot for them. Their defense is average, but like I said, their offense has been getting better than better. East Carolina is home. You know, the point spread, you know, was 2.5. The total was 138.5. That total was tough for me to figure out a spot. So I went with South Florida. I just feel like they've been playing better and better as the season's going on. So I took a shot with the with South Florida plus the 2.5 points. That was, what did I say? That was at minus 110, and that was also on BetUS. I tell you, I honestly, I use Bet Online, I use BetUS, and I use FanDuel, but I use the 2 offshores mostly. I just find I'm getting some good lines, some good you know, cracks with it. And as a lot of you guys know, I have a affiliation with BetUS, as you see up in the corner. And I'll tell you, if you guys go on my Twitter at Dom541, there's a $50 free play, and all you got to do is sign up. No deposit required. Of course, the deposit required with my link, I got the 125 match, and then we're going to be starting a February 1st at Who-Bangin Sports Talk. We're going to be starting a contest where whoever signs up is going to get added to that contest, besides the $50 free play and the bonus. So keep your eye out for that. But today's a good day to use the free play. You don't need to deposit nothing. Just got to sign up. And so not a bad promotion. But anyhow, let's get into what's more important, the football game today. Let's go with, I'll tell you, I know I'm a New Yorker, and I'm one of the few that like the Vikings, but I like the Vikings more and more. This line, it's been 3 all week long, and I don't have talking to not many people that said they like the Vikings. Everyone seems to like the Giants. Left and right, they like the Giants. The Giants got a tough spot, I think. I mean, I don't think that Jones is the better quarterback. I think Jefferson is the best player on the field. The Giants got the coaching, advantage. The Giants got that momentum too going for them, and I agree. And it's not like I wasn't going to put any kind of bigger bet or more than my usual 1 unit, but I did take the Vikings minus the 3, minus 110. I took it earlier in the week. Actually, today it's at plus 100. Just the bookies won't move that line off the 3. The Giants have played a lot of these road games. Or they finished up the season, really, except for that, their last game away. So, I don't know. I just have a feeling. It's a gut feeling. You can make a case for either side, like most times in a lot of these games, especially with a 3-point game. But I like the Vikings. I think the Vikings win by 7-10. Just how I feel. If you guys are around later, go on to Pub Sports Radio. They'll be doing their live broadcast for all the games, and I will be with Connor Mack. I love Connor, one of the greatest guys. He's helped me out a lot. For those of you that don't know, he's been on our shows on Who-Bangin. Never, always comes when I ask. He's helped me out as I was stumbling and bumbling as I was starting out, and he's helped me out a few times. Love Connor. He asked me to come on. I'll never say no to Connor for for the support he always gives us here at Who-Bangin. So I'll be on with him for that game. Giants at Vikings, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is the start time. Should be a great game. And of course, Jimmy will have the some of the. I'm sure I didn't look at the schedule, but I guess Jimmy will be doing one of the live shows also on the early game, and hopefully I'll see him too on this on the game at 4:30. But my plays for NFL are Vikings minus 3, and then I bet two picks on the Bills game. No need to go into this, that, and the other thing. All I could say is that Miami has given up the most rushing yards to quarterbacks in the NFL this year. Miami holds that spot for giving up those rush yards. I thought this 50.5 rush yard prop for Josh Allen was a little low. BetUS had it at minus 118. I took it. Josh Allen over 50.5 rush yards. That's 50.5, not 55 rush yards. I also took a teaser with the let me find that. Let me screw up just a little bit more here. Bills over 37.5. I think the Bills might get to 37 and 38 points themselves. And then the Bengals minus 2.5. That was my teaser on BetUS, 11-10. Listen, besides the Hamill thing, besides the fact that first we were hearing DeMar was going to be in the sidelines. Now I'm hearing he might be up in the box. Regardless, his what happened with him really added to the emotion and to the urgency of the Bills really making this their year to go all the way to the top. And listen, sometimes that emotion is what works or works against you. I fully believe that in that Kansas City Super Bowl where they lost, Andy Reid's son had that accident, was that the day before? Really hurt that team emotionally. How could it not when you hear the head coach's son dies? So, I know people really didn't bring that up too much from that game, but I really thought that's how it was. But anyhow, I like the Bills for a lot of reasons. Even if Tua was in, I like the Bills. Even if DeMar wasn't hurt, I like the Bills. Opened up at 10, now it's in the 13s. I don't bet 13.5 for anybody. But I do like the over 37.5. And let's face it, the Bills aren't mistake-free football plays. I could see Miami getting maybe 2 touchdowns or so, and that's all we would need to really solidly go over this 37.5 on the teaser. Even if 43.5 is not such a bad bet with this game today. So, keep that in mind. But that's my teaser. And that's my 6-pack. Go over it one more time for you. CBB. Xavier, first half, under 77.5, minus 110. Marquette, plus 3.5 for the full game, minus 115. South Florida, plus 2, minus 110. Then we got the Bills and the Bengals in the teaser. Bills over 37.5. Bengals, minus 2.5. And then the Josh Allen prop, over 50.5 rush yards, minus 118. So that's my 6-pack. I'm DommyGun Ricci. Keep tuned to Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Give my Twitter a check out. Listen, free money waiting there for you. Just hit that link. Get that free play in today. Why not, And then take it from there with what you want to do. So that's as much as I'll say about that. Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Stay tuned to us. Have a great wild card weekend, and we will see you at the window.